I was forecasting when we were together in June and talking about, as the news broke of the deployments into Los Angeles, the administration had this very, very thin veneer of legitimacy for why they were going into Los Angeles. And they and their allies said troops are being deployed into American cities to help with immigration enforcement, to help with this massive deportation operation. And when we spoke about that at the time, my point was, it is not that. Yeah. That is the justification they're using for the moment. But Trump will eventually be deploying American troops into American cities for things unrelated to immigration to consolidate power. And now they've done that by announcing this here in Portland, that they didn't mention immigration at all. I mean, maybe they said they're going to protect ICE facilities, but the point was to go into war-ravaged Portland and, like you said, use full force. So they've completely gotten rid of the justification that these troops are going in to aid with immigration enforcement. They are going in now to advance the president's agenda. And that idea of full force is especially alarming because we have seen the Trump War Department engaged in illegal strikes in our hemisphere. They are engaging in strikes against boats of drug runners, allegedly, without any authorization from Congress and without the normal justification under the laws of war. Those same types of egregious actions and uses of the military could now, under that logic, be brought into the American homeland. That's how dramatic this is.
On June 28th of 1914, Gavrilo Princip murdered the then Archduke of Austria-Hungary named Franz Ferdinand. Within a month, by July 28th, Austria-Hungary had declared war on Bosnia because they wouldn't accept all of their terms. This set off a chain reaction of alliances that eventually led to World War I. Do you notice how, even though we do not have a suspect in custody for Charlie Kirk, we do not have a motive, they are already blaming the radical left and saying, to quote Laura Loomer, that we should use the power of the state to exterminate the left. They are already declaring war even though there is no suspect. This is the excuse that they've been waiting for. This is the response they were hoping to get by Trump's faked assassination attempt. And now that Charlie Kirk is dead, they will weaponize this to use the military, the National Guard, statewide force, and censorship against anyone who does not agree with them. They have been waiting for this moment, and it does not matter what the truth is. They will not accept it because they want to paint the left as the violent group, even though we're not the ones that committed the insurrection on January 6th, erected a gallows for Mike Pence when he wouldn't do what they wanted him to do. And also the same group of people that said last year, according to Stephen Miller, that the Second American Revolution will remain bloodless if the left allows it. It doesn't matter who did this, or conveniently that it was done the day before September 11th so they can paint it as terrorism, and the same promoting harm. They are the same people who did not say a word when Melissa Hortman and her husband were assassinated in their home by someone who impersonated an officer, had a manifesto about murdering Democratic representatives, had stalked these people, and had essentially an expose on them in his car and in his home. They didn't say a word. No flags at half-mast, no thoughts and prayers, no we need to do something about this, there's no space for political violence, none of that, because it doesn't matter. The double standard is clear, the hypocrisy is clear, they will balk at the, oh, how dare you? They didn't say a word when Melissa Hortman was killed. They don't actually care about this. They care about using it as a weapon to silence people who oppose them. And it is a great way to reunify a group that was fracturing over not releasing the Epstein files. And again, right before September 11th, you get to paint it as terrorism. And now you get to use emergency military powers to go
back for my Target run. And I saw a video of a young man who decided to warn President